this entitled grandmother has a diabolical scheme to steal this poor puppy right from the arms of this innocent person. What evil scam have they conceived, and how can they be stopped? Happy birthday, today's your birthday, and on with the revamped show. Never thought I'd have something to add to this subreddit. Well, boy was I wrong. So for a little bit of a backstory, a few days ago I had to take my adorable 10-week-old German Shepherd puppy to the vet for her second round of puppy shots. She's super friendly and loves people, and was super excited and was giddy the whole time. Afterward, I took her to a nearby park to take a walk, because she was definitely on the nice list due to her behavior at the vet. My floppy-eared Floof and I were strolling past, making sure to avoid as many people as possible because, you know, the virus. It was then where I had the following encounter. Let's meet the cast. OP, me, obviously. PK, polite kid. EG, entitled grandmother. Floof and I pass EG and PK on the walking trail. Aw, cute puppy. Can I please pet him really quickly? Oh, sure, I don't see why not. Tells kid who looks to be around 10ish, her name, breed, etc. Okay, thank you. It was nice meeting you, Floof. Please note the dog's name isn't actually Floof, it's Sadie. I continue walking Floof with no problems, when 2 seconds later,
Excuse me, this is a dangerous breed. He could hurt someone. That's an attack dog, and he tried to bite my grandson.
Oh no ma'am, I'm sorry but you must be mistaken.
That dog tried to kill my grandson.
While Floof sits on the ground with her tail wagging at my feet. Floof had then decided that because we're talking, these must be new friends, and takes a step closer and sniffs EG's shoes. Cue the EG letting out a squeal, so obnoxious it makes the Wilhelm scream sound like a child's birthday party.
OMG, 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 help!
Insert a crap ton of nonsensical yelling and screaming here. OP, getting obviously annoyed, picks up dog and walks away.
No, you stay right here.
She grabs the leash and plants her feet. This lady then proceeds to try and tear the puppy out of my arms, yelling crap about how she's calling animal control to put down this raging beast. Finally, the PK steps in and tells his grandma to back down, and how it's just a puppy who didn't do anything. She begrudgingly lets go with steam coming out of her ears. The PK mutters under his breath how she always does this, gives me an apologetic look before ushering his grandma away. I know this is tame for some of the other crap on here, but this still shook me that there are actual people out there in the world like that. I can't imagine being that poor child. You've got to wonder with some of these people, did they have some sort of traumatic childhood experience and so have an irrational fear with puppies? Even if that was true, it doesn't excuse your behavior. You're still responsible for your actions and how you treat other people. This happened some time ago. The cast SW Swing Mum, entitled Mum. SB Swing Boy, entitled Kid. Me, Minecraft Evoker. B Brother. One day I was at a park, so was my brother. My brother is younger than me, so I looked out for him. Near this park was a playground. The playground had a swing and a slide. Not unusual. The park was also close to a community building, which a person needed a keycard to enter. I had a keycard. This is important. So B is doing stuff, like sliding down the slides and swinging on the swings. B is sliding. Then SB freaking pulls him off the slide. I run over to B to help him up. Meanwhile, SB is sliding down the slide. SB pulled me off the slide. Okay, we ignore him now. But ignoring SB didn't help at all. SB did this to everyone and didn't care. So I let B play with his toys, and I go inside to get water. After I come outside, I hear B screaming. So I go over to B. SB hit me and took my toys. It's okay, I have more toys, we can go inside. So we go to the entrance, I reach into my pocket for the keycard, and the freaking keycard wasn't there. I look around, asking if anyone saw a keycard, and then I spot a woman walking inside with SB right next to her. So I asked someone if I could go inside and they let me in. I approached EM and EK, and I saw that the keycard they were holding was mine. Hey, you stole my keycard.
No, this is mine.
Alright, what's the serial code? Now EM doesn't know what to do, so she starts running down the hall. I chase after her, trying to get my keycard back. But EM stationed EK to punch and kick us so she doesn't get caught. But I knew where she was going, and it was a dead end. After she got away, I got a security officer to come, and they caught EM. Apparently, she stole a lot and was never caught. She used EK to steal as well. She got caught and put in jail. EK was put in police custody until his dad picked him up. I haven't heard the rest, but I'm glad her ways are done. Oh, poor unfortunate soul thinking the ways of the EM are now done. This will only make her stronger. EMs are like a hydra, you cut off one head and it just grows back two. I don't know how they do it. This was a year ago. I was returning home from my taekwondo practice when I forgot to buy my mum a birthday gift. So I went to a mall to find a quick gift, when suddenly I saw my aunt with my cousin. I walked up to them and said hi. Then my aunt had a phone call, so I offered to buy my cousin some ice cream. So I went to a store to buy him some ice cream. No one was at the register, so I asked my cousin to look around while we wait. About 5 seconds later, an Asian Karen walked in. Too much jewelry, long hair with highlights, extra high heels, a soccer van, 2 kids and a rip-off Gucci handbag. I was waiting at the counter. Since I came back from practice, I was wearing, insert taekwondo club name, jacket with baggy white pants and a backpack. Apparently, Karen got some guts in her. She saw me with my leather wallet and came up to me and slapped me. It was a year ago and I was still a green belt, so I didn't know much about how to dodge or counterattack. Now I'm red 2 belt. So she hit me pretty hard. I even had a mark on my face. In the cast, me, EM, employee, manager, cousin, aunt.
How dare you?
Me rubbing my cheek because of the pain.
You little crap stain. Give me that.
She then proceeded to take my wallet. Hey, what was that for? Then employee and manager came out from the back. What's going on here?
This N-word stole this wallet, and I bet he's going to steal cash too.
I'm Asian, but I'm not white. My skin tone is not too dark, but dark enough that I look like an African American. What? That's not true. E and M were just standing in awe. Ma'am, that's a kid.
No, he's not. He's clearly an adult.
Ma'am, that's a kid. EM looks at me and suddenly is as red as a tomato.
Get me your manager. I want to see the CCTV footage. You'll see he is a thief.
I'm the manager, and if you want to look at the CCTV footage, then fine. Then C came around the corner and ran up to me.
Look, see? He's kidnapping and brainwashing that child so we can teach him his evil ways.
This is my little cousin, you rip-off jewelry freak. I take back my wallet.
How dare you insult me? My husband is a powerful man and can ruin your entire life.
Enough. Let's settle this by looking at the CCTV footage. So we look at the security camera and there was a camera pointed outside of the store, and you can clearly see me, C and aunt in the distance, and me just standing at a counter until EM slapped me. I have a brother that works in law enforcement, and I know that EM broke at least 5 laws. Assault, assault of a minor, theft, disturbing the peace, and one more I don't know. Do you want me to call the police? EM panicked.
He photoshopped that.
Lady, how can I Photoshop something in under 5 seconds?
You know what you did.
So now what? You gonna complain to the manager's manager?
You little piece of…
Enough. This is either going to go 2 ways. The first one, the boy forgives you and you can leave freely. Or he presses charges and you go to jail for a very long time. Maybe even pay a hefty fine. So what's it going to be? EM, eyes wide open, thinking she might be going to jail.
Okay, I'll leave. I'm sorry.
Wait, that's not up to me. It's up to that boy. I'll forgive you. I'm not such a merciful person, but I'll give you a chance as you beg. Don't try this again, as you may tick off the wrong person. EM just nods. Now get out. EM walks to the exit looking down. And you're banned from this store. Manager to me and my cousin. Sorry for the inconvenience. He looks at the counter. Pretty sure your ice cream's melted. No worries, take some new ones. They're on the house. I thank manager and employee and we enjoyed some ice cream, but I still had EM's slap mark on my face for a few hours. Other than that, it's all good. I found the perfect gift for my mum. Is it any surprise that somebody who would buy fake Gucci, or even who knows, maybe real Gucci just to keep up appearances, is the kind of person that would be prejudiced against someone else? She probably genuinely thought like I'm doing a good thing here by slapping this person and accusing them of this. It's the kind of person who wants to think that she's better than everyone else. My dad likes to start crap, not with strangers, but with my family. With me, my mum, my sister, and now even her fiancé. This is strange because he never acted like this before, and I think it's because there was a really bad flood that affected my state, my city included. My parents and I have PTSD from it. I have a feeling that's like borderline abusive. I can understand why my sister cut my parents out of her life. It really all started in 2016 after the flood. I understand things were tense afterward. The family house was gone, and precious belongings that we could never get back were gone forever. My entire family was devastated. I sank into a deep depression, which I'm still recovering from. My mum still suffers extreme anxiety attacks, but thankfully has gotten that managed. But my dad is another story. He likes to start arguments with us, and not the kind where you have friendly debates. I mean the kind if the neighbors heard, they would call the cops. That kind. It can be over something simple. I have since moved out, but I still go over there on the weekends. It's like he wants to get a reaction out of us, and sometimes it works, because I have mum's famous Irish temper, and I'll go off on him and take no crap. One instance of my dad exploding over something simple is when he and I were watching a crime show and someone died from spontaneous human combustion, and my dad starts yelling about he doesn't believe that crap and this show is so unrealistic, and then yelling turns to me about how much of a loser I am for liking this stuff and being into the paranormal, and I just cannot believe what I'm hearing. I just look at him, tell him to shove off, and apologize to my mum that I'm leaving early. The second instance was with my sister's fiancé. They were both big LSU fans. He and my sister were over for Christmas, and they were talking about the upcoming championship game. My sister's fiancé was expressing some doubts about a player, and again, my dad went ballistic, saying things like, "I wish my daughter had never met you. You're nothing but a jobless slob." My sister's fiancé was training to be a manager with a sporting goods store at the time. He is still there as of today. He even said to my sister, "If you marry him, I'll disown you." And on an unrelated note, he said he would disown my sister and me if we even thought about marrying or moving to Alabama. Like cutting us off, taking us out of the will, and never speak to us again kind of disown. All because he hates the Crimson Tide, a football team from Alabama, for some context. Big rivals of LSU ever since one LSU's coach took a job in Alabama. And this only started 4 years ago. Anyway, my sister and her fiancé apologized and said they had to leave and go to his family's house now. And that was when my sister ceased all communication with my parents. She only talks to me now. And the incident with my mum. My mum was cleaning and accidentally knocked over a lamp. The lampshade fell off, and my dad, I don't know how he heard it fall since he was on the other side of the house, comes out and breathes my mum, calling her all sorts of things that should not be said to your spouse of almost 40 years. My mum starts to yell at him, telling him to get lost and leave her alone, and "You're just like your father, and that I should never have married you." And to top it off, I heard this while visiting. "I never wanted this life. I never wanted our kids." I just die inside. As someone who struggles with self-worth, being told that I was never wanted hurts deep. I come out of my room and look at my parents dead in the face. "You never wanted me?" Of course my mum stated on, "Oh, I never meant that, sweetie. I always wanted you and your sister. Don't you know I almost gave my life for you?" I just stand there not knowing what to say. Like, how do you respond to this? Maybe she did say it out of anger, but that kind of stuff hurts when you say it in the same room and looking directly at me. Like, my sister and I are the sources of all their misery. So yeah, my dad starts crap just to get reactions out of the family members. Well, I guess the dad got what he wanted, but kind of lost his whole family in the process. Not really sure if that was worth it, buddy. Probably a good lesson for all of us though. Sometimes we serve our own selfish needs, rather than sacrificing for the ones that we love, the ones who are right beside us. Not every story posted ends happily, but it doesn't mean the story itself has to end. I hope this person starts their own family and learns from their parents' mistakes. Submit your story to be read on the channel at VoiceyHereStories@gmail.com and join our Voicey veteran community at r/VoiceyHere. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode. Alright, Voicey veterans, I'll see you in the next one.